7th December we have Saint Ambrose, about whom one of his biographers observed that at the last judgment people would still be divided between those who admired Ambrose and those who heartily disliked him. Ambrose was born in the year 339 in Germany to a Roman Christian family and grew up with his siblings. It is believed by many that when Ambrose was just an infant, a swarm of bees landed on his face and left behind a drop of honey. To his father, this was a sign that Ambrose would become someone great with a wonderful sense for speaking. Accordingly, he was a Bishop of Milan, biblical critic, doctor of the Church, and initiator of ideas that provided a model for medieval conceptions of church-state relations. Ambrose is acclaimed for his literary works in Latin, remembered for his musical accomplishments. He also is remembered as the teacher who converted and baptized Saint Augustine of Hippo, the great Christian theologian. After Ambrose's father passed away, he was educated in Rome, where he studied law, literature, and rhetoric. Ambrose received a place on the council like his father and was made consular prefect or the governor of Liguria and Aemilia around 372. Ambrose remained governor until 374 when he became the Bishop of Milan. After the former Bishop of Milan died, Ambrose attended the election to prevent any uproars between the Nicene Church and the Arians. While giving an address, the assembly began calling for him to become the next bishop. However, being neither baptized or trained in theology, Ambrose refused to become the next bishop. He ran and attempted to hide, but within a week's time, Ambrose was baptized, ordained, and duly consecrated Bishop of Milan on December 7th, 374. As a bishop, he donated all of his land and gave his money to the poor. This made him widely popular and oftentimes more politically powerful than even the emperor. He studied theology with Simplician, a presbyter of Rome. Using his new education along with his knowledge of Greek, he took the time to study the Old Testament and Greek authors. He used all of this while preaching. His abilities impressed Augustine of Hippo, who previously thought poorly of Christian preachers. According to legend, Ambrose tried to put an end to Arianism in Milan. He often attempted to theologically dispute their propositions. The Arians appealed to many high-position leaders, but Ambrose was able to stay one step ahead. The Arians' increasing strength proved troublesome for Ambrose. Around 386, the Emperor Valentinian II and his mother Justine, along with many other people, including clergy, laypersons, and military, professed Arianism. They demanded some of the churches in Milan be dedicated to them, one in the city and one in the suburbs. Ambrose refused and was ordered to appear in front of the council, where he then spoke eloquently in defense of the church. He is quoted with stating, "If you demand my person, I am ready to submit. Carry me to prison or to death, I will not resist, but I will never betray the Church of Christ. I will not call upon the people to succor me. I will die at the foot of the altar rather than desert it. The tumult of the people I will not encourage, but God can appease it. After he acquired the possession of the Roman Empire, Ambrose passed away on April 4th, 397. He was succeeded as Bishop of Milan by Simplician. Ambrose's body remains in the church of Saint Ambrose in Milan. Saint Ambrose was generous to the poor. He considered them not a group of outsiders, but rather those of the united people. To him, giving to the poor was just a repayment of God's resources which were intended for everyone equally. He introduced reforms in the order and manner of public worship. He was known for his liturgical flexibility that kept in mind that liturgy was a tool to serve people in worshipping God and ought not to become a rigid entity that is invariable from place to place. Ambrose is credited with advising Augustine of Hippo to follow local liturgical customs. When I am at Rome, I fast on a Saturday. When I am at Milan, I do not. Follow the custom of the church where you are, he stated. This advice remains today and is translated in English as the saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.